Growing up in the slums, it's always hard to make the dreams you have at hand come true. I've always had a dream to become an entrepreneur. I've always had a dream to make an impact. I've always had a dream to change lives and change my community. But we all know that coming from underserved communities like the slums, it always seems impossible to achieve your goal at hand unless someone gives you a hand up or someone lifts you. We have potential, but there is that disconnect. So for me, this is my story of how someone called Andrew Burnman came alongside me on my journey of building Era 92, which was my dream.
The point at which I really realized Emma and I had an interesting future together was when we met on the highway, actually. I had pulled my car over and we were transferring some data files from Emma to me. And it became clear to me that Emma actually wished to have mentors in his life.
As I had this big dream, it was really big, and so many times dreams coming a reality is a matter of connecting dots. And for me at this particular moment of time, I didn't have anyone that could help me figure it out. And in that process, I met a friend called Andrew Burnman. We got connected, and quickly enough, things went beyond IT, and we started developing a relationship.
He expressed to me that he had no father at home and in his life, and he invited me to mentor him and be able to speak into his life in critical moments.
This person was caring enough about my skills, and for me, from my background, not having a father figure, having not grown up with my dad, being raised by a single mother, I was lacking this figure in my life. And when I met Andrew through that meeting and when we connected with his family, that's the role he started to play unknowingly. And for me, I took the first action and said, you know what? Maybe Mr. Andrew can help me. So I reached out to him and asked, could you please become a father figure in my life? And surprisingly, he said yes. And from that day on, everything started to fall into place.
And that was a really wonderful moment for me because it's exactly why Terry and I moved to Uganda, to make a difference in people's lives. When Emma and I started to get to know each other, one of the neat things is even though I'm an old guy and he's a young guy, we were able to connect. And I just noticed that we had very similar values, and we were able to think about business together. Emma shared his philanthropic goals. He also shared his personal goals and his business goals. And it was really great because I also enjoy business.
We had to start, shooting weddings, doing films, and we needed a lot of money to start. The good thing about Andrew Burnman is a tech guy, and he knows everything about tech. So that's when I said we really need cameras, and he was really supportive. He didn't ask me further questions for me to get all these loans, and we were able to get all the gear we wanted, and some of the gear is actually here today. So yeah, that was really, really great for us to get that push to take our business, to life.
And so Emma and I went on a journey, and both literally in the car, we drove around a lot, but also figuratively, we went on a journey to learn about business, to learn about how to build culture within a business. It was just a really wonderful relationship that we had for a year or so as we both learned how these things might play out in Era 92. And also in 92 Hands.
Mr. Andrew moved faster. When you talk about an idea of buying a camera, the next time is home searching on cameras and actually starting to book them, and so you could receive an email or a message like, hey, I found this nice camera, should I buy it? And most times that's how he started really spending a lot of money into buying things like cameras, tripods, lenses for the company. But we all know we had an agreement that all this money had to be paid back. And for me, that was scary. I was like, I saw dollars, he was spending money in dollars, and I was like, I used to spend in shillings, and $1,000, he could send me updates of $2,000, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna be screwed up, until up to $6,000. And I was like, when I fail to pay this money back, I'm gonna be in prison. So I was scared every time, but I had a strong belief in what I was doing, that it would actually be profitable. And things fell into place, and we were able to pay back that money.
So I had a technical background, which enabled me to understand the steps to build a website. Emma brought to the table the capacity to design excellent looking websites. And so between the two of us, we started talking about what can Era 92 do, and how can we help others learn a skill. We landed on the idea of training people to build websites.
I always had this desire to actually train and employ, and most of the times we were talking about is we want to do a business that does good. So luckily enough, we realized that website development has money. People are paying for this. Everyone wants to get their company or organization online. And Mr. Andrew knew about these things. And for me, coming from the design background, I was actually able to put a face, a nice look onto what we can build from the back end. And so, we partnered in that way, and we started our first class to train young people, with the hope that if we get these young people trained up, we can actually give them jobs, and we can repeat that over and over and over.
We did 2 classes, one with about 4 people and one with about 6, and both went really well. But the most exciting thing out of the web design phase of our journey was that it developed a young lady named Margaret, who was the very first web designer at Era 92, and even to this day is a lead employee in web design at Era 92. That was exciting because it was kind of the first time Emma and I had both seen somebody come out of Kosovo without skills and without capacity, and this education built capacity for that person and created a career path.
This girl was called Megan, who came out to learn these things and get them really, really well. And by the end of her course, she was actually able to design a website on her own. And for us, that gave us the confidence. You know what? We can actually do this for many other young people. And so that's when we started our program of training young people, which eventually turned into the Elevate program.
It's about this time that I see Era 92 start to lift off. Emma has finished school, he's focused on the business, and he's got some people with him that are focused on the business as well. I remember the day that he finished school. He was coming out of university with a degree in design, and I remember having a pretty serious conversation with him a couple of days after that graduation and saying, Emma, it's now time to really do this. Not only do you need to get your business up off the ground, but I need to be paid back. And so you need to stand on your own 2 feet and start to walk this business and really make it go. And so I think there was a hard moment for Emma to hear this person who's been beside him all this way, this mentor, kind of saying it's time to get this off the ground and be serious about it. And there's no more excuses of school or other things in your life. You have to focus on business and get this going.
Yeah, now I remember this time. One of the things I used to fear Andrew Banman. I don't think he knows this, but I used to fear him like literally as you fear God, and because there is that kind of push he puts on your life. So he had given me that ample time when I was at school. He never wanted to pressure me, and he wanted me to get good grades at the university. And so he gave me that focus, but when school was done and I told him, you know what, school is done. And now, before I knew it, the next week I had a meeting. Okay, now the school is done. We have something we have to get going, and that's your business. And Emma, I remember he literally told me, Emma, I think you have to start paying back your loan. When that happened, I started to feel the heat. I started to feel the pressure to actually go out in the market and sell my business. And when that happened, definitely I think that was actually the turning point of everything. I went all in to make my business work. And that push was one that actually helped us fly, in the future.
All the right pieces started to fall in place. Emma was focused on finding clients. The clients were willing to pay money. Era 92's skills had developed to the point of being able to provide excellent services to people, and I just watched Era 92 lift off.
When I was pushed out and we started to make at least some regular payments back to our loan repayment, in that due process, because of the push we had and the desire to make the business work, from reading books, Andrew's mentorship and push, things started to really happen, and we started to make some good money. We started to get events, we started to design websites, and things were really working. We really started getting clients' flow of work, and our business started to really make money, and that's when we got our first office space, in 2018. And this was now our home, and everything was really starting to take shape.
Even today, as I look back at the last year or 2 years that Era 92 has been in business, it's quite astounding to see how far they've come. Not only has Emma and his team grown the business to an excellent level, but their philanthropic roots exist, and they continue to equip and build capacity into youth in the community.
When we got our office and things started to really work out, and young people who are really passionate about building their careers were around me, things like the Elevate program, started to get their own leadership. 92 Hands got its own leadership, and all these organizations started to stand on their own feet, independently as we are moving forward. And to date, we've really seen some huge stories of impact, and we've worked with at least over 600 young people. We've worked with over 500 women, through the Ask for Women program. We have at least 21 young people who are working in our space today, full-time employees. And one of my goals was actually, starting to get clients outside Uganda. One of the visions I had was to have clients in the UK and the US. And to date, right now, at least 90% of our clients are coming from the UK and the United States. And so for us, this is really giving us enough revenue stream of income that is fueling into our programs. And we've also got connected with our employment partners like Stanbic, like Children Arise, who are actually also furthering our internships for our young people. And this is all furthering into our vision of actually providing opportunities to as many young people as we can, as many women, single mothers as we can.
I think what's gratifying for me is that this journey that Emma and I have been on for several years, we began this in, about 2015 or 2016, and all along that road, we've been learning together. And we've been struggling together to do business and to learn about business and to identify what can we do, what can change lives. And there have been bumps, and we've had moments where we've been a little bit tense with each other. But what's gratifying is to come to 2021 and know that Emma is my friend, and know that we've traveled this road together, and there is a future in the work that we're doing. There is hope being built into lives. There are lives being transformed, and there's capacity being built in those lives. And so I'm just really blessed to have Trinity as my friend, and I look forward to just watching Era 92 and the work that it's doing, both in business and in its philanthropic efforts. I look forward to just seeing them blossom.
My vision for Era 92 and everyone that we work with today is that we have to create opportunities for young people. And so today, with the partnership of Children Arise and other organizations that come to be stakeholders into this mission, we'll see this happen. It would have been close to impossible if at least Andrew Bannerman didn't come alongside me. I've learned a lot. Like everything I'm using today in my life is connected to what he taught me. Mentorship is key. Having a father figure is key. And having someone to walk alongside your journey as you're building your career, as you're building your business is key. I want to say thank you, Andrew, for your time, your investment, your resources, your knowledge that you poured into this vision. I'm not gonna let you down. I will continue to do whatever you told me, and I will continue to further this impact across generations.